They came to us because they had an awesome donation from their main patrons of over 500 books that they are now going to put into a library that's going to be available to anybody who wants to borrow them. So I'll do a quick introduction, then I'll hand it over to Darren. We have a few team members who are not able to be here tonight. We have Jess Harrell, Michael Patterson, Tyler Hinders, and James Stummy. We've also got the folks that are here. We got me, Amy Hughes, Jesse Pulse. Oh, Michael, you're here. Well, you get Michael twice. We've got Zach Van Meter, Dan McCready, Darren Webb, John Gulak, I almost said it right, and Bender. So this is your tech team. I'll let you guys take it away.
Cool. Yeah, as she said, oh, that's interesting. I'm going to fix that real quick. That's crazy. I didn't do that. Somebody else did that. So we may get to see the mobile view all the time here. We're tasked to create a library page. When that goes live, there'll be a library link over here, but we do have that set up already for us. Basically what we have is we were given a collection, a list of ISBN numbers. We were able to get those imported, pull that data from Amazon and start populating all this data with titles and images. And this is the first story that we created. When we started out the weekend, we did a big story mapping exercise, and what was great was today we were able to go back through that again, step through all those steps, and see like, yeah, we've implemented all of these things, except for a bug. We'll fix that. Let's ignore that. That's not a problem. But this is the first step. You come to the site, you get to see all of the books that are here, all 242 of them that are in there. You can click on one and you will get to see a more detailed look of it, a longer description. And this is what you would see if you're at home. So if you were to go to the Young Women's Resource Center, there's a tablet sitting there, which is set up. You could do the same thing. You can see those books, and then you're going to go pull up the book that you found. And when you're logged in as this kiosk user to WordPress, you get a checkout button. So you're going to click on that. You'll put in your email address. If you've already checked out a book before, you're done. You just hit OK. The book is yours. Bring it back in 30 days. You'll get an email to remind you, then another email, and then probably an angry phone call. And we do collect your address, so somebody might come to your door, so bring all the books back. And then that's going to be backed by, in the WordPress admin, they can log in there and they can see those patrons who's checked it out, see that information. When you bring it back, there's an ability to check books back in from the tablet. The big goal here was they had all these books donated. To run a library is a lot of extra work, and they're all busy all the time anyway. So the goal of this was to allow the actual patrons to do as much of this as possible. But there's a little extra work involved by the other staff as well. They have a lot of volunteers helping them out, and that's where they can help do this too. So there's a different level of permission, which isn't a full WordPress admin, but it's the librarian role. They can see a few more things. They can look at the list of past due things, who to give a call to, who to send a guy out to, or somebody to knock on their door. Different stats that they can use to show to their funders and their donors to say, look how this library is working. We need a full-time librarian to help manage this type of thing, if they need that. The ability to check stuff in. They can have a volunteer help people do that, or again, people can do that by themselves. I think that kind of covers it. What we're working on now is just putting together the finishing document on how to manage that stuff and making that available. Did I forget anything that I should mention? Yeah, they have the ability, so we, using the Amazon API, pulled down all this book information, and we've uploaded that, but now there's a backend to manage that. Some of the descriptions were things like, new in print, buy now. That's not the description that they want, so deleted those, and there's an opportunity to expand those and get descriptions that they want, and that's all manageable via the WordPress backend that they can use to update that information, keep it up to date, add new books. If they lose one, they can remove it, so that that's all manageable in the backend. Exportable, the patron list with all their emails is exportable too. That's a convenient thing to have. But I think that covers it, right?
Cool. Can you do a quick shout out?
Yeah.
I want to do a quick shout out to our Young Women's Resource Center contact, Kristen. She was amazing, always responsive, always on Slack, always helping us out with what we needed, so that was incredible. I also want to give a shout out to this team. We wanted to make sure that day one, when you got this software solution, that you were ready to hit the ground running. So the team pitched in, and we purchased a tablet for them so that they'll have a kiosk piece of hardware, so they don't have to go and Thanks, guys.